Have you ever seen a player take on an entire national team almost single-handedly? This is Luka Doncic's most jaw-dropping performance in international competition, maybe ever. He went off for 47 points, setting a new Eurobasket record that stood for 65 years. The showdown where the king of Europe almost single-handedly held off France is an absolute must-watch. The action kicked off with Fournier curling around a baseline screen, catching the ball, driving, and floating in a deuce to open the scoring. Right after, Fournier shook off number 11 Blazic, drove inside, adjusted mid-air, and scored again. France, with their clear size advantage inside, saw number 22 Tarpey miss a corner three, but Gobert hustled for the offensive board and tipped it in. France kept attacking, Fournier came off a screen and launched a contested three from way downtown, swish. Slovenia, meanwhile, could only lean on Doncic driving hard, drawing a foul, and sinking 2 free throws. France was rolling. Number 21 Albasi shook his defender, drove, kicked to a wide-open Tarpey on the right wing, and number 30 Zoran Dragic calmly knocked down the triple. France's dream start, 12-3, forced a Slovenia timeout. Slovenia's offense still looked out of sorts. Goran Dragic spun smoothly, stepped back, and faded away, no good. Albasi grabbed the board and pushed pace, hitting Fall already stationed under the rim, who reached up and laid it in easily. Fournier's long three missed, but Caboclo grabbed the board. His putback attempt was swatted by number 8 Muric. Goran Dragic pushed the break, racing ahead and finding his brother Zoran for the layup, finally ending an ugly 0-4-6 start. Caboclo attacked off the dribble, but Doncic picked it off and sparked a fast break, drawing 2 defenders before dishing left to an open man underneath for 2 more. Then Doncic got on the board himself, came off a screen, eyed up Fall, stepped back behind the arc, and launched a 3-0 but net, cutting the deficit to just 3. Doncic tried another 3 over Fall on the next trip, miss. Hurdle grabbed the rebound and went coast to coast for a floater. Doncic brought it up, swung to Muric on the right wing, then cut hard to the basket, took the return pass, and finished a tough Eurostep layup. 1-point game. Now Doncic isolated on number 17 Poirier, crossover, between the legs, sizing him up, drove into the body, slowed, and kissed a floater off the glass. Tied up. Doncic went right back at Poirier, same hesitation, between the legs, but this time stepped back for 3 bang. 5 straight points, and the crowd erupted. France's last possession of the quarter, number 2 Mbaye found Poirier on the alley-oop, who was fouled on the dunk. Poirier made both free throws, and the quarter ended with Slovenia having clawed back from a double-digit deficit to lead 20-19. Second quarter, Doncic picked up where he left off. Isolated on Poirier again, drove, stepped back, triple, smooth. France answered, Hurdle used a screen, drew help, kicked to an open Mbaye for a 3. But Doncic had Poirier in his sights all night, between the legs, step back 3, like a sniper. Goran Dragic drove into a double team, and his pass was picked off by a alert Hurdle, who raced the other way for an uncontested layup. Once Doncic got going, no one could stop him. He brought it up, saw his favorite matchup Mbaye, gave a shot fake, re-accelerated, and tossed in a high-difficulty N1. France responded quickly. Tarpey swung it to Okobo on the right wing, who set his feet and fired. Doncic then took number 7 Prepelic one-on-one, drove through 2 defenders, hung, and banked it in. Prepelic tried to attack again but Okobo stripped him clean. Gobert outlet to Hurdle, who hit Mbaye sprinting ahead for a 2-handed slam. Hurdle, trapped up top, found Mbaye, who swung to a waiting Okobo in the left corner, lefty triple, all net. Doncic backed down Tarpey, drove, absorbed Gobert's contest, and found a sliver of space to lay it in. Then, the Doncic magic, with 3.6 seconds on the shot clock, he took the inbound, used a screen, but Gobert stayed with him, arms wide, hurting him toward the sideline. Luka, seeing a glimpse of daylight, leaned and launched a fading 3 at the buzzer, good. France didn't flinch. Mbaye stayed composed, drove, drew the big, and dished to Gobert for the flush. France kept feeding their bigs, Mbaye drifted out, then connected with Gobert again on the lob, another powerful dunk. Veteran Goran Dragic looked for his own offense, isolated on Albasi, accelerated, stopped on a dime, faded away, swish. France answered with physicality. Okobo powered through Prepelic, bumped him off, and finished with a lefty banker. Goran's touch was returning, caught on the baseline, backed down Albasi, turned, and sank the fadeaway. Slovenia's last chance of the half saw Prepelic forced into a tough running fadeaway at the buzzer, miss. Halftime, Slovenia 44, France 40. Third quarter, France came out hungry. Fournier and Gobert ran the pick-and-roll, lobbed to the rolling Stifle Tower for the thunderous jam. But Doncic was still on one. Backed down Tarpey, drove, absorbed contact from Albasi, and still dropped in a floater. Fournier used a Gobert screen, powered into the lane, created space, and finished easily inside. Prepelić's corner 3 rimmed out. Blažič tapped the rebound but it went out of bounds. Tarpe picked it off, raced ahead, and hit a trailing Bay for the dunk. Doncic kept attacking, drove to the foul line, bumped off Tarpe, and sank the fadeaway. Hurdle drew 2, no-look pass to a rolling Gobert, who took one long stride and laid it in lefty. Before France could react, Doncic pushed the pace, attacked May in semi-transition, and floated another one off the glass. Slovenia finally got a 3 from someone else. Goran Dragic drove, kicked to Murić popping out after the screen, triple. Hurdle's active hands paid off. He picked Murić's pocket and raced the other way. At the logo, he called for Gobert's screen, drew the defense, and lobbed to the rolling Gobert for the easy deuce. Gobert, the 4-time DPOY, showed his worth. Prepelić turned the corner on Caboclo and thought he had a lane, but Gobert rotated and swatted it into the stands. Out of the timeout, France executed. Hurdle came off a screen, drew help, kicked to May on the wing for 3. Caboclo then attacked Goran Dragic, used his strength, and finished a tough one to put France ahead. Crunch time, Luka time. Semi-transition, crossed over, drove on Bay, and floated it in. Back and forth they went. Hurdle used a screen, lobbed to Gobert rolling hard, another massive slam. Okobo lost his man, tried to hit Gobert inside, but Murić stole it. Goran Dragic grabbed it and went end-to-end for the layup. Caboclo caught on the left wing, attacked Doncic, adjusted mid-air around Murić, and finished with strength. Goran Dragic snuck in, picked Gobert's pocket from below, an outlet to his brother for the break altered by Okobo at the rim, but goaltended. 2 points. Caboclo caught on the wing, pump-faked, passed to a relocating Okobo, who launched a 3 as the buzzer sounded, buzzer beater. End of third, tied. Fourth quarter, winner takes all. Doncic came out firing, backed down Caboclo, used his size to bully his way in, and tossed in a one-handed floater. Caboclo missed inside, Doncic grabbed the board, and launched a rainbow outlet to a streaking teammate for the layup. Hurdle looked for the pick-and-roll with Gobert, but this time he jumped and kicked to a popping Tarpe for 3. Slovenia inbound, but Caboclo picked it off and went the distance, finishing a tough lefty and 1. Then, the Doncic show, used 2 screens, crossed over, powered in, and floated it in for an N1. Goran Dragic called for a screen, drove, drew 2, and dropped a no-look bounce pass to Murić, who pump-faked and buried a 3. Slovenia's run pushed the lead to 7. Team legend Goran Dragic, emptying the tank, attacked Okobo, pulled up from the baseline, and sank the fadeaway. After a technical free throw, Slovenia's lead hit double digits for the first time. With their backs against the wall, France stayed aggressive. Fournier swung to Bay on the wing, who rose over Blažič and buried a 3. But the brightest star tonight, Doncic, made it his career night, isolated on Gobert, between the legs, footwork fakes, then rose and fired a step-back 3, unlimited range. France kept feeding the paint. Fournier, trapped, lobbed to the rolling Gobert, who powered through Doncic for 2. As France's leading scorer, Fournier took over, sliced through, attacked Goran Dragic, and finished a reverse to cut it to 6. Next possession, Dragic collided with Gobert on a drive, flagrant foul called. 2 shots in the ball, a golden chance to close the gap, but Gobert missed both free throws. He made up for it though, Hurdle, doubled, found Gobert for a one-handed slam. Then Gobert showed his passing, kicking to a wide-open Fournier for a corner 3, just a 1-point game. Fournier, like a dagger, sliced into the lane, finished a tough and 1. The free throw tied it. 2 minutes left, winning time. Timeout France. Hurdle drove and kicked to Okobo in the corner, 3 rattles out. Fournier brought it up, but Zoran Dragic stole it, another missed chance. Goran grabbed it, hit the gas, and went coast to coast for the layup to seal it. Fournier's last 3 missed, and France fell 88-82. Doncic finished with a historic 47 points, lifting Slovenia to the top of the group. Goran Dragic led by example, attacked Okobo in transition, accelerated, and laid it in for the go-ahead bucket. Hurdle used a screen, launched a 3 air ball. Missed opportunity. 0.25. Doncic brought it up calmly, Fournier picked him up, Luka gave a hesitation, drove, pulled up from the mid-range, dagger. 0.25.